Hello everyone, Jennifer with Crafty Bones. I'm going to put out two videos today because they're a little bit different, but I wanted to show you the difference between blocking and not blocking a project. You never have to block a project, I don't think, but I find it easier with granny squares. If you block them, then they're easier to put together. So this is a blocked square, and this is an unblocked square. So can you see the difference in the edges? This is a rather large square. I think I said before it was 16 inches. It's actually 14 inches. Normally what I use is this. I have little plastic pegs that come in from the back, and I can set it to whatever size I want. I don't know, you can probably, yeah, you can see some of those numbers. So this is what I normally end up using, and I usually end up doing like a 6-inch block, and then they're easier to put together because they are blocked. But the large squares that I'm working on will not fit on that, so I have this foam board, and this came from Joann, and I don't know if you can see, I have T-pins in there. It's just a little pin shaped like a T. You could probably use regular pins, but I like the T-pin. So I'm going to show you real quick how to block off, or how to block something, and you really don't need anything other than a steam iron. You don't have to buy a specialized steamer. So let me get this off of here and we'll get another one started. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that I'm starting over here in this corner, and all I'm going to do is pin each of these corners back at this line like this, and then when I'm going to count over the number of squares that I used on the other ones, alright, let me move this over into the view. And then the same thing, I'm just going to pin this so that it'll stay at this corner, just like this. I'm also going to pin all of these edges so that it sits against this line. And I'll do the entire thing and I'll be right back. Okay, all 4 corners are done now, and I'm going to do all of the sides. Okay, all the sides are pinned now. I've just made sure that it's all up to the green line on all of these sides. And now what I want to do, because this will be permanent until it's washed, I want to take any of these petals that I don't feel like are lying flat and just make them lie the way I want them to lie. If they're not, when you steam it, they will stay that way again until you wash it. So now I just have a regular steam iron, and it's set to its second highest setting. Let me get it over here. And now it doesn't take anything special, and you don't want to actually touch the project. If you touch the project, you will melt it. It is acrylic. So as you can see here, it's set on the second setting and it's starting to steam. I have a steam burst. Hold it 3 to 4 inches above and just burst the steam. Completely cover whatever it is that you're blocking with steam. And I'm going to go back into the thicker areas. Now it is always best to leave it sit for 12 to 24 hours. I do only typically 4 to 5 hours, except if it's the last one I'm doing at night. If it's the last one I'm doing at night, I usually don't get back to it until after work the next day. So this will sit like this, and I'll replace it in the morning with a different one until I complete all of the different panels that I'm doing. But yeah, that's it. It's just a steam iron held a few inches away from your project, and make sure that your project is pinned down and secure, and it'll stay that way until you wash it. Okay, so that's it. That's how I block a square. I don't do shawls, I don't do blankets, I don't do anything like that. I just do squares if I'm going to need to attach them to another square. That way they're even and easy to attach. Bye-bye, happy crocheting.